In this video, I'm talking about the 8 biggest mistakes made with money. If we haven't met before, my name is Angela. I'm your money messenger. My background is in financial planning. I've got 20 years working in that industry. I'm here to teach you what you need to know about money to make you financially fluent. So in this video, we're going to talk about the 8 biggest mistakes made with money. So let's get started. Okay, so number 1 money mistake, inconsistent income. If you chop and change your work or you're unemployed for chunks of period of time regularly, then it's very hard to be able to put a plan in place as to what to do with your income. The amount you earn is not as important as the consistency that you earn it. So make sure you have roughly the same amount of money coming in each year overall. It's fine to have different part-time jobs or casual jobs if that's what you need to do, but just make sure over the year it all kind of washes out in the end. So year after year, you have roughly the same amount of income coming in. Number 2 money mistake is wasting money, not knowing where your money is going. Have you ever tracked your expenses for a month or two? Literally written down every single cent that you spend? If you haven't, I really suggest you try this experiment. Grab a pen and paper, grab a money app if easier for you. Personally, I love one called Monify. I'll leave a link in the box below. That's a great way to write down every single cent you spend for a month and really see where your money goes. You might be surprised that there's some expenses there that creep in that you didn't even realize that you were spending. And it can be a great eye-opener as to where your money is actually going, because if you don't know where your money is going, it's very hard to make a plan as to what to do with it. Likewise, be conscious about money. If you're owed a refund from someone, make a diary note to check that in a week's time that you actually get it. If you go to a restaurant and you pay a bill, take a few seconds to actually check the bill. People do make mistakes. Big companies do make mistakes. So be conscious of your money to know that it's not being wasted, or if you're promised money, that you actually receive it. Number 3 money mistake is spending too much, not saving. If you're currently spending more than you earn each week, and perhaps it's evident because you have growing credit card debt, for example, and you're not getting anywhere, you need to stop that immediately. It is a recipe for disaster and you will go financially bankrupt. Conversely, if you're spending everything that you earn each week, not necessarily spending more than you earn, but just no savings each week, then you need to rein it in a little bit. If you can't save money, and everybody can save money, they just don't know how to. If you can't save money, then you won't get ahead financially. Saving is number 1, investing is number 2 in order to get ahead financially. So you need to rein back your expenses, which is easily done by tracking your expenses and knowing where your money is going. You weren't born a spender. You learned that over time, so you can change your habit. Number 4 money mistake is buying stuff instead of investing. To grow your wealth and have more money, have more options in your life, you need to invest. You need to save first and invest second. But if you keep buying stuff, which is items of little or no value, or items that go down in value over time, you will go financially backwards as well. Investing is about making your money grow for you. But when you buy stuff, that could be household stuff, it could be tech gadgets, it could even be cars, they generally go down in value over time and they won't help you increase your wealth. You'll just accumulate more stuff, but that stuff goes down in value. So it does nothing for your financial future. Number 5 money mistake is racking up personal debt. Personal debt is credit cards, store cards, personal loans, car loans. It's bad debt because generally what you buy with that debt goes down in value over time, whereas borrowing to buy property, which generally goes up in value, is considered good debt. So there is definitely a difference when it comes to debt. So racking up bad debt means you're paying costly amounts of interest to the bank and you'll go financially backwards. Paying interest for personal loans, debts, credit cards, that's what makes people financially stuck. That's what then takes away from you being able to afford to invest and to grow your wealth. So the more personal debt you have, credit cards, car loans, the less money you then have to spend on yourself, your family, and to be able to invest. So racking up personal debt will financially cripple you. If you can clear your debt and repay it and not rack up more, you will find that the amounts that you were using to repay the debt, and not only just repay the debt, but also pay the interest to the bank, you will then have that money for yourself to be able to use in your own financial plan, which means you can then invest that money or use it on stuff that you really want in life. When people have growing credit card debt or car loans that they keep, replacing their car every few years, they get into this vicious cycle where they repay debt, take out more debt, repay debt, take out more debt, and it grows over time and people become financially stuck because they never have any surplus income to be able to then invest or grow their assets and their wealth because they're always paying someone back instead of investing for the future. Number 6, money mistake, is spending too much on housing. With any budget, aim to spend no more than 25 to 35% of your household income on housing. Now, that doesn't just mean your rent or your mortgage repayments. That means also anything else related to your housing in terms of rates or electricity, gas, water bills. Anything for your shelter should really be no more than 25, 35% of a healthy budget. That then gives you enough money then to be able to fund your other living expenses and also some left over for savings. Number 7 money mistake is not having emergency cash. You've got to stash some cash away for emergencies. Minimum $1,000, preferably $2,000 or more. But as an initial emergency amount, everybody has to have access to cash. Just like a business will always have access to cash, you too as an individual must have access to cash for emergencies because unexpected bills pop up, emergencies happen, fridges die, cars break down, computers blow up, things happen that will not be covered in your day-to-day budget. So if you don't have cash available to you, that means you'll then grab for short-term lending, which is credit card debt with high interest rates. It might be payday type loans with high interest rates attached. Anything that's a convenience in order for you to access cash quickly will come at a dire cost. So it's important that you take control and have your own emergency cash savings for emergencies. And lastly, the number 8 money mistake that I regularly see is people not paying themselves first. The secret to saving is to pay yourself first, not last. Whenever you're paid, you must save first before you spend anything else. Before you pay your rent, before you pay your mortgage, before you pay any other bills, save first. Save first, spend second. Pay yourself first, always. Because when you work, otherwise you're essentially paying the tax man, the bank, the grocer, the petrol companies, everybody else first and you last. And that's not why you work. You work for you. So pay yourself first. That means paying your savings first into a bank account that's with a separate institution preferably so you can't see it so much. Pay yourself first, do your savings first, then spend. That is the secret to saving. So today we talked about the 8 biggest money mistakes. Learn from other people's mistakes and don't make these money mistakes. Do the opposite and you will get ahead financially. Thanks for joining me today. If you like what you saw, please give it a thumbs up the video. Make sure you subscribe and I will see you next week for another video. Bye.